Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm John, and I want you to train smarter, move more, and improve your life. Today, I wanted to talk about snacking. Movement snacking, that is. Movement snacks are a way to both pass the time between workouts and to help amp up your recovery. The idea is very simple. Just like you might have a snack of an apple, some nuts, or a boiled egg in between more substantial meals, movement snacks are bits of movement throughout the day that break up what might be otherwise a very sedentary day at the office. In the background, you can see various things I might do during the day at home or about town as a movement snack. I filmed all of these specially for this video. I don't normally film these because I don't track or count my movement snacks. I'm not interested in progressive overload because I'm not trying to overload my system at all. So maybe your split is 2 days a week or 3 days a week or whatever. Those are where you're doing your main workouts, training close to failure, and getting a lot of stimulus, but also a fair bit of fatigue. So in between those workouts is recovery. The first part of recovery is sleep. That's when your body is repairing, reducing inflammation, synthesizing muscle and collagen protein, releasing testosterone and growth hormone, all things essential for rebuilding and repairing and coming back stronger. So that's definitely the biggest driver of recovery. So if your sleep isn't on point, you want to focus on optimizing that first. But what about your rest days? It turns out that strictly resting, i.e. being sedentary, isn't actually the best thing to do. And I think we know this intuitively. If all we do is sit in the office all day, we start to get aches and pains and feel a bit antsy. Likewise, sitting on the couch feels fantastic for the first few hours, but past that, it doesn't feel very rejuvenating at all. So here are some guidelines and ideas on how to implement movement snacking in your life. Snacks should not leave you full. They shouldn't be high intensity. Usually I think of this as like less than 50% of my max reps, and often less than 80% of my working weight. The goals of movement snacks are 1. To bring nutrients and remove waste products from your body. Any sort of movement increases blood flow to the areas being moved, and the muscle contraction acts as a pump, creating pressure that allows the lymphatic system to move fluids, including cellular metabolites and waste products, around the body. Apparently just resting is actually less effective at doing this. So in these movements, I'm seeking to feel a light pump or blood flow, but not a tough burn or exertion, because pushing too close to your maximum will just short-circuit the recovery process, add more fatigue, and more waste products to clean up. Another application of snacks is to get extra practice at movements. In my high-intensity sessions, I'm focusing on technique, but as you'll see in my videos, as I fatigue, I'm really trying to push as hard as I can, so the last reps definitely get a little bit sloppy. Low-intensity snacks allow me to lift with even more focus on form, and especially allows me to experiment with different form cues, variations, etc. that I don't normally program. You can snack to make you feel better. Movement is medicine, both physically and mentally. Taking a break from sedentary computer work helps both the body and the mind, and a few short pauses throughout the day can truly help your concentration and mental well-being. Snacks can also be specific to your goals. Most of my current training is upper body strength and lower body mobility focused, so my snacks also reflect that. Snacks can vary in size a bit. Sometimes I'll just drop and do 5 push-ups and then get back to it, and sometimes I'll spend 5 to 10 minutes stretching on the floor. Do whatever you're feeling or just what you have time for. Snacks can be a good way to get extra volume on your core exercises. For example, this lets me do more pull-ups but without stressing my elbows too much. I do a few pull-ups each time I walk past my pull-up bar or when I pass a pull-up bar in a park. If you snack like this, it's also very similar to the principle of greasing the groove, which is really popular for push-ups and pull-ups. Snacks can be a good way to try new movements, just dance around and improvise, or revisit old movements that you'd like to do if you had more time, but aren't high enough priority to be in your main program. Snacks can be a good time to practice skills which you don't have time for a dedicated 1-hour session. For example, I used to train handstands before I got a bad wrist sprain from climbing a few months back, and I'd mainly do handstands via snacking, just kicking up or pressing into one handstand hold at a time, rather than having a dedicated handstand workout. One caveat for this is that you really want to stay well within your abilities here, as doing maximal handstand holds without a wrist warm-up is a recipe for wrist pain. One final tip for implementing these: keep them simple. Push-ups, squats, and other bodyweight movements are easiest because they require no equipment. But if you can modify your home or office space, a set of rings, an exercise ball, or a pull-up bar can be amazing pieces of kit that really reduce the friction to getting some movement into your day. In summary, keep it light, slowly add more over time, and keep it playful. If you implement these, I expect you'll find you have a bit more energy throughout the day, and that your recovery for your main training sessions will improve. Let us know in the comments any strategies you've used to implement small micro movements throughout the day. I'd love to hear from you.